Good morning, Chair Rodriguez. We're unable to hear you. We still can't hear you, Chair Rodriguez. We'll give her a couple of minutes to get her sound working.
Well, you know, mom also has a half, supposedly a half, maybe a half of like, yeah. Every day. What truly, whether she had a half.
Okay, she's going to log out and log back in.
If I can get in the garage and find it, I know that I who it was, but it probably won't matter as much as what Katie. Right. Yeah. It's
Thank you all for being patient. She's going to call in on her cell phone.
oh, yeah. Well, she gets some iodine to her boiler or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
We're unable to hear you if you're on the call. I'm going to have Dawn, one of my staff, work with you to get you into the call. In the meantime, is it okay if we have Vice Chair Tonner go ahead and start the meeting and move forward? Don, can you please work with Chair Rodriguez to have her on the line? You may have to resend her the meeting information. Vice Chair Tonner, if you'd like to begin, we can go ahead and start.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
Okay, thank you. Well, go ahead and keep working on it, Chair Rodriguez. You can't just call in on a phone? Can she hear? Can you hear me?
She can't hear at all. And
Oh, I
she
hear.
called in, but apparently I'm not sure what the issue is on her end.
I wonder if she's turned up her volume. Sometimes that'll work. But okay, the APCD hearing board for June 24th, 2021 is now in session. Do you want to call the roll?
Thank you, Vice Chair Tonner. Before I call the roll, I would like to note for the record that Member Rappholt has notified the clerk that he will not be participating during today's meeting. I'd also like to note that all members are participating via teleconference. As such, all votes will be taken by roll call vote. With that, Member Powers.
Here.
Member Rappholt, as I said, is absent. Member Smith,
Yes.
Vice Chair Tonner,
Good morning.
and Chair Rodriguez is present, but we cannot hear her. I would also like to ask at this time that Hearing Board Counsel, please identify yourself for the record.
Emily Helms, Senior Deputy County Counsel, Counsel for the Hearing Board.
Thank you. I'd also like to ask those representing the Air Pollution Control District to please identify yourselves for the record at this time.
William Jacks, Acting Chief of Compliance for the district.
Mary Mahoney, Civil Actions Investigator for the district.
Scott Nestor, Civil Actions Investigator for the APCD.
Thank you. Lastly, I would like to ask any representatives of petition 4517 to please identify yourselves for the record at this time. There are none present.
I was able to join.
Okay, thank you. And we're noting for the record that we're noting for the record that Chair Rodriguez has joined the meeting.
Can you hear?
Sorry about the technical difficulties on that one. Go ahead.
Can you hear us now?
Yes, I can.
Oh, good. Okay, so we just opened the meeting and we just called and so that's where we are. And I turn it over to you. Thank you.
No, thank you so very much. And I do apologize definitely for the technical difficulties experienced today. Never has happened. I think, the meeting ID, Marvis may actually have to be updated on that one. So kind of in a row from last time. Okay, perfect. So good morning, everybody. And thank you for taking care of some of the administrative items. Before. Have we done the roll call on the swearing of the witnesses as well?
We have done the roll call, but we have not sworn in anyone at this time.
Okay. Could you please go ahead, with that element, Marvis? Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, I would ask anyone present wishing to speak on behalf of the petitioner or the district to please turn on your video if able and raise your right hand for swearing in. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you give in the matter before this hearing board is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Marvis, and everybody else. Today definitely we have one administrative item, which is approval of the minute orders for June 10th, 2021. Have the board members as well as APCD taken a look at the draft orders?
Yes.
And are there any comments?
No.
The only comment I had is that at the very beginning of the draft order, where it says staff present, it doesn't list the name of Paula Forbes, and I believe she was at the June 10th meeting.
Okay.
And that's the only comment that I have.
Thank you. Are there any other comments from the board members?
No.
No. No.
Good. So Marvis will definitely verify, that the staff present, that we capture all of them correctly, and she'll definitely make that entry. On that list on the first page. With no, comments. On the board orders, do I get a motion to approve?
I move to approve.
Chair Rodriguez, just to clarify, the board order does not list any of the staff that are present. That is on the cover sheet of the minutes. The minutes themselves, if you don't mind, I can show them real quick on my screen, just to clarify so that everyone's aware of what is being approved. These are the actual minutes, and they're only noting the action and the vote that was taken by the board. So this is what is before you at this time for approval.
Thank you very much, Marvis. I mean, going back definitely to the correction and the clarification that Marvis provided, we're voting definitely on the board orders that she had just presented, online. So there were no comments, to that from either the board members or the APCD. So therefore, I believe, that there is a motion on the floor, for that. And do I get a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you. Marvis?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Member Powers,
Aye.
Member Rappold, Member Smith,
Yes.
Vice Chair Tonner,
Yes.
Chair Rodriguez.
Yes.
Thank you. That motion passes with those board members who are present voting aye.
Thank you so very much. Going back, to Mary's comments, definitely Marvis can definitely verify and then correct, the first page.
Yes, I will. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Okay. So that is, the sole, administrative item in front of us. So we're going to be moving to petition 4517, which is Orange Grove Energy LP OGE. Marvis, have there been any development on this petition?
Thank you, Chair Rodriguez. We are in receipt of a request for continuance from the petitioner. I can go ahead and share that on my screen just so that there can be a record of it.
Yes, go ahead. Perfect.
So for the
Mr.
audio,
yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. For the audio record, the request is as follows. Dear Sir or Madam, we are hereby requesting a continuance for the hearing scheduled for June 24th, 2021. In coordination, the San Diego Air Pollution Control District, SDAPCD, OGE has been working with SDAPCD staff on an alternative that meets SDAPCD and OGE requirements. Unfortunately, we will not be able to finalize the details before the current date of the hearing. Accordingly, OGE requests a continuance to or after July 22nd, 2021.
Marvis, I have a question. So July 22nd is about 30 days from today, thereabouts. Is that request not due to noticing requirements?
I'm pulling up the calendar. Sorry, just a minute.
Okay, thanks. My question just has to do, why can we not hear it earlier? So that's my question.
Okay. In terms of noticing for July 22nd, we can meet the July 22nd deadline. However, the deadline for July 8th has already taken place for 10-day distribution.
Perfect. No, thank you. Thank you so very much. So are there any comments or questions, on this request for continuance?
I have just one about timing. I'll be out of the country from the 21st of July until the 8th of August.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Smith. I have a question though. And definitely this is for the district. More so than at this point in time, and it has to do with the fact that this is like a 2-month continuance as presented. So is petitioner operating? Under the permit. Of the permit, or is petitioner definitely operating outside of those confines? Because certainly this continuance is almost like an operation. That without the constraints, or actually not constraints, boundaries rather. I'm going to use this. That within the permit requirements. So that's my question. So I really personally would not want to see another continuance.
See, I can speak to that. So from my understanding, they are not operating outside of compliance at this time. The conditions proposed and that we're working through are for future actions, which, again, speaks to relevancy to bring this to the hearing board, but we're currently working through those so we can resolve the matter without coming to the board.
Mr. Jacques, So what is the likelihood that those issues will be resolved on or before, the July 22nd?
Again, this is a collaborative piece here. So they are in receipt of a draft ATC as of this week. So we are very hopeful that by July 26th, we will either have a resolution one way or another if we're in agreement or not, and we will be here to either continue or potentially withdraw. But then that's up to the petitioner.
Okay, so we will definitely be looking at that, that in detail. So any other questions, that from the board members?
I have no questions.
Okay, good. Well, if that is the case, do I get then a motion to accept, the request for continuance for July 22nd?
So moved.
Do I get a second?
Second.
I'll third it.
Okay, Marvis.
Thank you. Member Powers,
Yes.
Member Rappholt, Member Smith,
Yes.
Vice Chair Tonner,
Yes.
Chair Rodriguez.
Yes.
Thank you. That motion passes with those board members who are present voting aye.
Perfect. So there are no other petitions, in front of us, but I would like to request if there are any members of the public on this meeting, to that would like to address, the board, this is the time.
Thank you, Chair Rodriguez. We've received no requests for public testimony.
Perfect. Thank you so very much. Are there any other comments, from any other individual, on this meeting? Well, if that is the case, I believe that this meeting then it is adjourned. Enjoy the 4th, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.